Hey teachers, welcome to the Classroom Coach. And if you've ever wondered how you can get your classroom to go from chaos to controlled chaos, you're in the right place. Today we're talking about routines and procedures, or how to get your class in order. Or at least one that looks that way the next time your principal does a walkthrough. Think of this as a user manual for your classroom. And if you want even more details on this, be sure to read Paul Pemrick Santoyo's book, Get Better Faster. It's a strategy guide to help you save your sanity. Time out, teacher. You act like you've already lost a game. Routines aren't optional, they're your playbook. Without them, you'll spend half the year chasing students like Chad instead of teaching. And trust me, you don't want that. Thanks, Coach. I feel so validated. Anyway, let's start to work on routines and procedures before Chad makes a catapult out of paper clips. Good idea. Start with the basics. Stick to the plan. And no catapults, Chad. Step 1, plan and practice routine. Before you introduce a routine, you've got to know exactly what you want it to look like. Picture it moment by moment. What will the kids be doing? What will you be doing? And how will it all flow together? Exactly. Details matter. It's not enough to say, turn in your homework. You've got to map it out. Where do they put it? What happens next? And how do they know they've done it right? Details are what make routines stick. For example, let's say you're designing an entry routine. It's not just walk on in and sit down. It's stand by the door, greet at the door, walk to your desk, and start your bell ringer.
Wait, am I supposed to guess where to sit?
No guessing, Jeremy. Clear routines mean no room for confusion. When the teacher explains it right, you'll know exactly what to do. It's not rocket science, it's classroom science. Step 2, the rollout. This is where you show the students the routine. And here's the key. You don't just tell them what to do, you show them. Modeling is everything. Here's how it works. First, you line up at the door. Then I'll greet you. Good morning, Jeremy. Then you walk to your desk and take your seat. And then start your bell ringer. No questions, no wandering. And do it exactly how you want them to do it every time, no shortcuts. Show them what right looks like and make that the standard.
So I just follow the same steps every day? Like in the same order?
Bingo, Jeremy. That's called a routine. Revolutionary, isn't it? Step 3, practice, practice, practice. Routines don't just stick the first time. After you model it, let the students practice until it's automatic. Like muscle memory. First, you line up at the door. Then I'll greet you. Good morning. Then you walk to your desk and take your seat. And then start your bell ringer. No questions, no wandering.
Hey, Coach, I think I'm figuring it out.
Nice work, Jeremy. And here's the trick. If someone doesn't get it right, you don't call them out. You have the whole class do it again. Repetition is key. Exactly. When everyone practices together, it reinforces that we all meet the same expectations. All right, let's recap. 1, plan each routine so there's no room for confusion. 2, after you roll it out, model it so the students know exactly what to do. And 3, have the students practice until it's perfect. And if it's not perfect, do it again. Perfectly said, teacher. Solid routines don't just save you time, they set your students up for success. Fewer distractions, more learning. It's that simple.
It means I won't get yelled at for sitting in the wrong seat anymore.
Progress, Chad. That's what we're here for. That is it for today. Routines and procedures are your foundation for a well-managed classroom. And for more great tips, don't forget to check out Get Better Faster. hit that subscribe button and join us next time for Using a Strong Voice: How to Command Attention Without Saying a Word. See you there.